And the best thing that I found out here is one thing. Next year maybe it doesn't come. So what they taught me now is live life, Steven, enjoy life, and be proud of what I am. I am proud of what I am. I'm proud of having cancer. I promise. I'm very proud of having cancer. I'm very scared. I can say to all the men in Gibraltar. Before, I take it for granted. Now, they taught me how to be me first. So it teaches me a way of loving my family more than before.
An ileal neuroendocrine neoplasm, often called a carcinoid tumour, is a rare, malignant, slow-growing tumour of the small intestine, which is asymptomatic until advanced. It is incurable, but managed by treatments to keep the tumour small and prolong life. It is also, however, a terminal diagnosis. There are few things in life more devastating than getting a terminal diagnosis. Imagine what that would do to your head. It could completely break you, or it could make you feel incredibly positive and do positive things. And today's story is just about that. So let's meet Steven. Steven, it's really nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you're going to shake my hand y todo. Mira que I know you, obviamente. We have something in common, and that's the Royal Gibraltar Regiment. I used to work there as a clerk. You were a soldier.
I was
a man who has been very active all your life. How important was the regiment to you and your family?
The regiment, at the end of the day, it was another family. It creates you as another family. It changes your character, how to live life, how to survive, and it's a completely different atmosphere, you know, they call it. Eh? So you get the respect, how to respect people, right? You start learning how to hire your kids, do your bedding, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, doing the running, going firing. The SLR used to be before, the SA-80, it was great, the grenades, it was gorgeous. If I could have gone and carried on in the army, I would have been there.
But you can't carry on forever. There is something really, really important in the army that taught you and that has now come into play with your story, how it evolves, and that's discipline.
Discipline.
Muy importante para ti. So let's go to now the more recent future. Family man, happy at home, doing your own thing. You started to suddenly not feel too well. There was a lot of pain. What was happening?
The problem that I had, it was about 4 years having constipated. Full a lot of gases, real bad. Going to hospital, saying to me it was constipated. So I carry on taking medication everywhere they gave me, and I carry on like that. But it was I had a very bad time. But it came to a point that one night I went to bed with my wife, and I couldn't get up. I was in real pain through my back and I felt like a man of 100 years of age.
Right.
The only way I could get up from bed is my wife pushing me forward. Once my feet reached and touched the floor, I could carry on walking. Vale? I felt a bit of pain, but that's it. And my wife just started to me and said, Steven, you need to see a doctor. And because I've been always in my construction working and all that, I say, okay, tomorrow. Okay,
tomorrow.
No, and today now I realize that I've been very thick. I don't want to lose my time, lose my time to see the doctor. So it came 3 or 4 days happening the same behavior, nighttime, no way, go to see the doctor. And I went to see the doctor, health center, got an appointment, right? And from there, I explained what happened, and they said to me, Steven, what do you want me to do to you? I said, oh, I would like to have a scan and check why this is happening to me. Right? Montero, Dr. Montero. She was a great doctor. She got me an appointment. I went to do the MRI. When I came back, ¿vale? To see the doctor for the cancer and all that, they told me I had a tumor in the liver, and one tumor that is very, very complicated, ¿vale? In Spanish, I'm going to say, on la tripa, at the bottom where you got
Okay,
all
it was
the veins.
attached to the intestines.
To the intestine. You got about thousands of veins there, ¿vale? Pero it was it's very rare, that
Type of tumor.
type of tumor. Maybe millions of people, only one gets it, and it had to be me. So they told me, and I said to remember, I still remember what I said to the doctor. What would you do if you had a tumor? Operate it.
Right.
Go for it. Take it off. I got scared. Honestly, I am a man. I want to feel strong, but I got real scared. It's like coming clear and punching your face.
Yeah.
And saying, wow, what's happening in my life? So he says, okay, I'm going to put you, where do you want to have an operation? You got to care. Gibraltar, Spain, England, I don't care. Take it off. So they started the process, and they were going to have me, they were going to operate me on Wednesday in Gibraltar. So UK was working with Gibraltar. They stopped it. Said, stop it. Chemo. The next day, they called me again. No chemo. UK. So I went to Carpet House in UK. There it was a strike, and there the doctor saw me, says I cannot do nothing now because there is a big strike in the systems, but we are going to give you a chemo injection, ¿vale? And when you go back, we will get you an appointment to do the operation. So they explained to me what the system was going to happen to my mind with that injection. They put it on, and they told me you're going to forget seconds where you are, where you know are.
This was a side effect
side
to
effect
the
of that
medication, that medication.
Yeah, it was bad. I was in an apartment, and the shop was across the road. And I said to my wife, I'm going to buy a bottle of milk. I still remember that moment. And I went to buy a bottle of milk, and I didn't know where I was. And it was only 10 feet away. And my wife called me, Steven. So my wife doesn't know nothing about UK. So I know because I've been 100,000 times. But my mind wasn't.
It wasn't
because
registering.
of the medication, completely wow.
Qué curioso, ¿no?
Pero real bad. I could get points, ¿vale? Like in the airport, points, pero used to snap off. ¿Sabe? Confusion in my head, ¿entiendes? Pero a matter of seconds. When I came back to Gibraltar, ¿vale? They gave me an appointment again to do the operation. I went back to UK. They told me you have to wait until 6 o'clock to get you a bed. I remember going back to the hospital because I was forced. My wife and my kids forced me to go.
You were being stubborn again, no?
I would have been dead. I promise. Today I would have been dead.
Yeah.
So I went there. I had at 6 o'clock. I got in the hospital. They put me on the bed. Next morning, I was the first one to have the operation. They got me in the operation. It took about 12 hours. When I woke up, I called my wife. My wife crying, scared. And I could see my body with tubes everywhere, machines everywhere. I was in the ITU. So the next morning, I called my wife again. And she used to come only for the visit because the place we were staying was far away. So I called again, and I saw the face of my wife, like saying, is he going to die? And that moment, the doctor passed through my door, and he said, Steven, how are you? And I said, doctor, am I going to die or no? And he said, we saved your life. We had to remove la tripa from here to there, remove it. They were in very bad condition. The tumor, we could reach half of it, take it off. We cannot touch the other half because of the veins. If we break one of the veins, you will bleed yourself in.
Yeah.
And I said, what else is going to happen? Maybe, well, we have to do an MRI when you get out of
The hospital?
the hospital, ¿vale?
So
We do
I
you an
can help
MRI, and we see, because maybe it flashes the
Right.
tumor. I say, okay. When I went to do the MRI, when I came back to Gibraltar, they told me that I had 15 tumor in my liver, an inch and 1.5 centimeter each. Wow! My head is not the cancer. My head. I got my family. I wanted to sort out everything in my house. All my family. Hello, when? I'm all the cancer, the word of the cancer. Nowadays we got too many medication. And my doctor used to say to me, Steven, you are very complicated. We got 5 rounds, 5 medications.
Yeah.
Where with this one? We still got the other one.
Yeah.
Still got the other one. We don't know how the cancer is going to work. Because the cancer today could be like that, tomorrow it can say, bye-bye. But you need to learn how to live life, enjoy life. And I was so confused with this system that my mind wasn't,
You weren't absorbing it.
I wasn't absorbing it. I thought that I wasn't going to keep my family well. I'm going to die before. So I created my own
Yeah.
paranoias, you know, a lot of paranoias, a lot of paranoia. But I started to go to cancer results, and they gave me a massage, they gave me counselor, like counselor one-to-one, and they taught me, they were teaching me how to live in life
In the moment.
in the moment with cancer.
Let's just stop you there and just rewind just a little bit, because there are a couple of really important messages. The first one was men who don't accept that something's wrong and can be very stubborn. It's very important to have those health checks and to do those tests.
I tell you now, I got my kids. I got my mother died from cancer, ¿vale? I got, it could be heritage, you know?
Yeah.
And I told my son, last Christmas, I told my son, my daughter, when you get to the age of 45, no more, you go to the doctor and you ask him to do you an MRI. And you check your whole body, because it's better sooner than later.
Exactly. And that's a lesson, a hard lesson you learned.
A hard lesson that I've learned.
So that viewers understand a little bit about the type of cancer you had, very rare tumour. One was attached to the intestines, very close to blood vessels. They couldn't remove all of that.
No, only half of it.
The ones on the liver, you were able to remove.
No, we cannot. Yeah.
You can't remove those either.
The only thing that's going to happen now is I'm taking this medication now, ¿vale? It's keeping the tumor very, very slowly growing. If they can stay there for 6 months, another 6 months, we keep up this medication. The doctor said to me, Steven, if they start growing, we need to send it back to UK, because it's a medication there. There are tablets. They take radioactive and all that, and it's to reduce it, not to take it off.
So basically what the doctors have told you is they've been able to remove as much as they could, but that this rare tumour, which can be quite aggressive, will carry on growing unless you have to go through with all of your medication, the chemo, then the radiotherapy, to keep the tumour from growing radically, so that it stays as small as possible.
As possible, and give me more life.
So they're buying you time.
They're buying me time.
They're buying you time.
I'm grateful now.
Absolutely.
I am very grateful now. Before, I was confused. I was saying, what do we want? The cancer result, the cancer refuse. What do we want? We got in the hospital, it says 5th floor. It's another department of cancer, ¿vale? And there is marvelous people. I call them from my house anytime I want. I'm never alone. They would come to my house straight away. Look at my blood vessels, my tensions, my heart. Give me therapies. And the issue I'm coming that I wanted to tell you here is we got a lot of support in Gibraltar. We got so many support that we think that is we are so proud that we think that by going to the cancer relief, the people are going to see us, it's got cancer. You got cancer, you got cancer.
Yeah. A lot of people are scared. They say, oh, the C
Yeah,
word.
C word.
Yeah.
C words, at the end of the day, we are human beings.
Yeah.
We are all going to get sick. We are all going to die. We are here as a number. Right? So now I learned one thing beautiful. I am a workaholic. Right?
A workaholic.
Yeah, workaholic. Right? I come from a my dysfunctional family. My father, nobody, before it wasn't nothing about alcohol, you know. They were sick persons. And I got the same disease like my father. I'm very proud of having it because I learned who I am. And now by having this disease, it's like saying to my God up there, he couldn't stop me of working. So he said to me, Steven, I can give you this cancer, and you have to slow down. You cannot do what you used to do. Slow down. Maybe it gives me life, but I appreciate it. I talk to him every day, and I said,
to do what you
thank
have to
God,
do, yeah.
because I'm alive. And what I'm saying here, I wasn't going to come here, I promise, because I don't want people to be self-pity of me. I'm another human being. I've got the disease. I'm grateful. I am grateful. I am scared. Don't get me wrong. I am scared because it's times that I get my medication every 3 weeks, and it's moments that my mind changes. And the only thing is I am aware when I'm changing the attitude,
Yeah.
and I can control it, didn't it? But
in lo que cabe, you're happy.
I'm happy.
Which is an incredible thing to say, Stephen, because it is the most devastating news. And y a mucho, it would knock them for six. But you turned it around, and with the help and support of Cancer Relief and the great team that they have there, you've looked at life differently. And you've also seen the importance of having everything in place. Before I go, I know I'm going to go. It's terminal. They're not going to be able to cure me of this. I need to have everything in place. I need to look after my family. And that's something that was really important to you.
Mira, being realistic, ¿vale? I am selfish because I didn't have the disease before. Being realistic today, my mother-in-law died, ¿vale? She had a bit of money to pay the funeral and that. But when that came along, I realized with my wife, I haven't got a pension when I die to pay my funeral and that. Well, I'm going to pass it to my kids, giving more trouble to my kids. So it's giving me another way of thinking life. So now I'm doing something to keep that money there. That way, if I die, I can say to my family, don't cry. I'll be there. Don't cry. Enjoy life, day at a time. Because
Very spontaneous.
tomorrow, maybe it doesn't come.
Yeah.
And now you're fighting the heads to make that for the next year. Next year, maybe it doesn't come. So what they touch me now is live life, Stephen, enjoy life, and be proud of what I am. I am proud of what I am. I'm proud of having cancer. I promise. I'm very proud of having cancer. I'm very scared. I can say to all the men in Gibraltar, I've been a big man, a short man, but a big man, ¿vale? And I say, I'm not scared. I am more scared than what you could imagine.
But you've taken this opportunity and you've turned your life around. It's the weirdest question, probably one of the weirdest one I've ever asked. Is life better before cancer or after cancer? Different.
It's a different.
Because your attitude's completely changed.
The attitude of that is changed, but it's a good question what you said. Before,
you take things for granted.
I take it for granted. I have to do the half of Gibraltar, clean it in 2 days, and I do it. And I was like a people pleaser as well. I've been a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Helping everybody, but not helping me. Now, they taught me how to be me first.
Which is so important.
If I'm alive, I'm helping my family.
That's right.
If I'm not helping myself, I'm not, I don't have no one around it. So it teaches me a way of loving my family more than before. I've been married now nearly 48 years. And from when I got cancer to now, I told my wife, I love you. And I've been so many years without realizing what kind of woman you are. You're there with me. She's gone to UK with me without not knowing how to get the bus. And I never thought about things
Incredible.
like that. That now, small things is gorgeous. The thing that they showed me up there in the cancer is one thing. Sometimes when they tell you, you say, what are you talking about? Look at the camera. What do you see in that camera? And every time the mind of the human being like me, look at the camera, it's a camera. Yeah? But if you look at it properly, you can see red stripes, the different blue colors, the cables, the reflection, the flash, the person at the back. So it's a lot of stuff there.
You start to take notice. You start to appreciate. And Steven, you shook my hand before, shake it again. You are amazing. Your attitude and that exudes from you, that positivity, taking something so negative in a way, and creating that to make the absolute most out of life. Y lo que te queda with your family, I take my hat off to you.
Y one thing I'm going to say, ¿vale?
Go on then.
I saw your program twice.
Only twice?
Twice or 3 times, more or less. I see GBC every day. Yeah. I like the news, ¿vale? My wife every time saying, Steven, leave the news down. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the sports. Look at people, kids playing sport. But what you do and your staff are doing, it's amazing.
I appreciate that.
That is not because I came here. It's amazing. I've asked you to come here, you got me here. Right? It's amazing. When I came here today, I was going to leave. I was scared of coming here talking because we talk Janito style. Mm-hmm. And I said, they're going to hear me talking in Janito style about La Tripa, what's this? But I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'm unique. Everybody is unique.
You're you.
I'm the only one unique. I go now through Main Street and I walk through Main Street and I see a man, 6 foot tall, big muscles, nice man. And I pass through him, I'm better than you. Because I'm unique. You cannot be like me, I cannot be like you.
Well, you're definitely unique. And I just hope that, you know, all the luck and best wishes are on your side, and that you are able to put everything in place, and that you carry on living every single day like you do, and enjoying your walks and breathing the fresh air. And may that be for many, many years to come.
Thank you very much. I've been starting to work again.
I know.
I cannot do it like before, but it will come the day. Because my mind is, before June, I want to go to Ronda and back again. I want to do it, no matter what happens, no matter how many pains. I want that is in my head.
And you know what? Knowing you, Steven, I am absolutely firm in the belief that you are going to do it, and you're going to succeed. So the best of luck. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
And thank you to you and your staff. I love it.